Well, hello everyone, I'm Postmaster Radio and it's time to bring on the funny. You're listening to Ujokes Weekly, the official podcast highlighting Jonathan Mangum's fantastically funny virtual comedy show, Ujokes. It's where two comedians every Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, compete for the best possible joke. But wait, there's more to it. You guys and gals playing along live, or even after the fact, you also have a chance to submit a joke as well. You could take the crown of comedy, that is why it is literally comedy gold at your fingertips. And today I'm counting down my top 5 jokes from last night's Ujokes show with Tessa, Munro, and PJ Marino, a married couple, that is true, but who is the better half when it comes down to Ujokes and virtual comedy? You'll see in a little bit, but first, if you missed last week's Ujokes show with Eli Uden and Maura Quint, go to the Ujokes YouTube channel to catch up, or you can also check out last week's Ujokes podcast. In fact, yeah, why don't you do that? Link in the description to that. And as usual, to continuing listeners, thank you so much for coming back. It really means a lot. If this is your first time listening to the Ujokes podcast, like, subscribe, rate, comment, and review to stay engaged with moi. If you're listening from iTunes or Podchaser, please leave a rating and review. This will be especially helpful for Podchaser because this April, I should say, is their second annual #Reviews for Good event. What that means is only until the end of April, every time someone leaves a rating or review of a podcast that is on Podchaser, then the team of Podchaser will make a 25-cent donation to the Meals on Wheels charity. And that 25-cent donation will be doubled to 50 cents if a podcaster on Podchaser replies to a review that they have received. So keep that in mind. Anyway, on to the episode at hand. Now, we do start with the top 5 countdown, and just before we get to that, one other quick thing I would like to mention. You know how some people, when they play live, they get picked by Jonathan's producer, Josh, to represent Team Audience? Well, that happened to me last night with a game of Caption This for the picture of a man with a very low-tech microphone, and I don't know what the hell he's doing. And my caption was, they weren't kidding when they said Ujokes has a very low production budget. Yeah, as Jonathan said, it would be funnier if it wasn't true. Now, as proud as I am of that joke, I don't like to include my own jokes in the countdown, just to be fair to Team Audience plus the comedians. The only exception to that would be if there was one specific Ujokes show in which, it would be short on funny jokes, but luckily that's impossible, so forget about it. Anyway, so with my own joke out of the way, and don't forget guys, it can happen to you too. So if you are able to compete live, that'll be great. Yeah, it can happen to you guys too. But anyway, enough chit chat. Let's go on to the Ujokes countdown at spot number 5. This is for a member of the Ujokes audience by the name of Karen Fraser. She had the title of Last Show's Best. How does that work? Well, I'll be glad to explain. As I said already, if you are able to compete live, then who knows, like me, one of your jokes could be picked by Jonathan's producer Josh to represent Team Audience in the live games. But what if you're watching after the fact? After the live show, you can go back to the episode, watch it after said live broadcast, and submit a joke anyway. Jonathan and Josh will go back and look at all of the jokes submitted, not only for the Ujokes show at hand, but if there are any for the week, the mini Ujokes challenges, usually involving a picture and caption this, believe it or not, and those ones can be found on Facebook and the community page of the Ujokes YouTube channel. But in either case, whichever joke gets picked, whoever submitted that joke will be picked and invited to play live on the next Ujokes show, which is coming up on Monday, April 26th. So get on that. Karen Fraser sure did, and her joke, the one that was picked by Josh and Jonathan, was from What's This Invention, one of the games from last week. We talked about it before, right? The pick of the toilet paper dispenser, or whatever the heck that actually was. Karen's joke, well done to you. This device pictured here is good for when you're faced. Gotta give you some props on that one, Karen. Well done. We'll come back to her in just a bit, but for now, at spot numero 4 on the old countdown, we go to Tessa Munro for a game called What Is This a Commercial For? The picture in this case, 3 men, one of which, nothing but bones. No joke. But anyway, on to the joke at hand. It was not the winning joke for the game, but still gotta give a shout out to Tessa Munro, mainly because it made me hungry for ribs, but still.
I've seen this commercial air for delicious spare ribs. And at the end, bon appetit.
Oh, bon appetit! Oh, that's hilarious.
Not too shabby, Tessa. And now back to Karen, last show's best Frasier at spot number 3 on the countdown. Now, I should clarify, when you're last show's best, you get to virtually appear on the Ujokes show. Unfortunately for Karen, she could not do that, but she still wanted to compete. So, although you couldn't see her in the Ujokes show, Jonathan read her jokes for her. And she had a good one for the last game of the night, Happy Hour. This was the game she played because of her last show's best title. The picture showed, I'm not even sure I can describe it for you guys, but very old-fashioned with what appears to be an old ancient guy drinking out of a Matterhorn. But anyway, Karen's joke, this is what she said: a Norse hammerhead drink, and the next day, after you drink it, your head is Thor. Or actually, it's your head is Thor. She said like 2 syllables for it. So yeah, so again, Norse hammerhead drink, and the next day after you drink it, your head is Thor. Anyway, back to the countdown at hand. Spot number 2 is going to go to PJ Marino, this time from What's It Mean? For fake words that you cannot find in Oxford or Merriam. But you can make up your own definition for these words, in this case, quibumity. And not that the spelling is important, but Quibumity. Based on the word, what's your definition? And is it a funny definition? Well, for my case, when it comes down to PJ Marino, winning definition? No. Funny definition? Hell yeah.
Okay, quibumity is, it's actually, it's that thing when you're on vacation and you try to do a selfie video of yourself twerking, but you accidentally fall off a cliff. It's short for quick bum fatality. Oh, quick bum fatality. Oh, it's a real thing. Be careful out there.
So not only do we know that PJ Marino is not as familiar with selfies as some people, but we do know he is one heck of a funny guy. Now, the question is, as we go on to the top spot in the Ujokes countdown, does he take the crown of comedy? Or Tessa Munro? Well, believe it or not, yes and yes. Both PJ and Tessa plus Team Audience take the crown this time. At spot numero 1 on the countdown, we go to the start of the episode with a game called Name the Movie. Now, it is not Naked and Afraid of Allergies, as I had thought, but for the picture of a woman and man, both of whom are naked and are holding cats, I kid you not, you have to come up with the best possible movie title. And why this particular game takes the top spot, not because of the pick. No way did that contribute to anything, but because of the fact that for PJ, Tessa, and Team Audience, it's really rare, to be honest. Not as rare as you would think for the podcast, but not all that common either, for both comedians and the joke that represents Team Audience to be winners in my book. First up, shout out to Carla. Oh dear Lord, is what she said. And yeah, I was actually thinking that when I saw the pick. And as for what the comedians had to say, well, there's Tessa Munro.
It could be from a series of unfortunate events, but I actually think it is a Alfonso Cuarón sequel, and it's called Y tu gato también.
And the translation of that is, how does that go?
And your cat also.
It's a love story, obviously.
And the original movie did have some nudity. Y tu mamá también.
Not only is it a love story, PJ, I think it's a forbidden love story, and I mean legally.
Which only leaves us with the winning joke, PJ Marino. Well done, PJ.
Too fat, too furious. That's what I'm talking about.
And what a game of Name the Movie that was. I mean, what? So that's that for the Ujokes Top 5 Countdown. Now we go on to the Ujokes Awards. It's basically like the Oscars, only themed around comedy jokes. Plus, this award show is not an hour long, so hallelujah! For Comedian of the Week, honestly, I think I'm gonna have to declare this a draw, because Tessa and PJ were, in my opinion, kind of evenly matched throughout this whole night. If you beg to differ, let me know, and, well, maybe the jury of comedy can revise the award if we had a Ujokes jury. Anyway, so that's Comedian of the Week. Next award is Game of the Week. Needless to say, for 3 jokes that in my opinion are all winners that have struck the jackpot, Name the Movie is the Game of the Week. The Audience Award is next. That one goes to the best joke from the Ujokes audience. Honorable shout out once again to Carla, going back to her joke from Name the Movie, and another honorable shout out to myself for the caption this joke I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, Ujokes Low Budget. But as the host of the Ujokes podcast, there's no way that I can declare myself the winner of the Audience Award. Instead, I'm going to give it to Last Show's Best, Karen Fraser. Well done, you are the recipient of the Audience Award. No actual trophies to be given out. Sorry, Karen, but at the same time, quite an honor to win the Audience Award. Congratulations, Karen, Last Show's Best, Fraser, and last but not least, the Mangum moment, my favorite moment of the night, from Ujokes show host Jonathan Mangum. In this case, this is kind of a bit of a longer moment, and kind of more of a Jonathan/Josh moment, but there's no way I'm not including this in the podcast. So this was during the last game of the night, Happy Hour. PJ, Tessa, and Karen, Last Show's Best Fraser, had submitted their jokes, and it was time to find out who the winner was. Or so Jonathan thought.
How I roll, y'all. Time to vote. Is it T for Tessa? Is it P for PJ? Or A for audience in this final round of Ujokes? Type in your vote right now. That's P for PJ, T for Tessa. Oh, Josh has appeared.
Yes, we have not yet heard from the audience.
Oh, Josh.
I know that they're in the lead, but you gotta play fair.
Maybe I want me to give an extra one for the audience. No, the audience, we're supposed to pull one out for the audience. I mean, yeah.
So it wasn't Karen's, it's one from the audience as well. Right, got it.
Yes. Sorry, I almost left you out there. Josh, if you ever do that to me in public again, wait. That's a really good one. Josh.
Hello.
Look, I shaved, everybody.
I don't want to watch the camera out because the light is now reflecting off my actual face, which people can see. But yes, I shaved. Hooray!
Yay!
I look 10 years older.
Thanks, Josh.
Okay, so yeah, pretty long moment to get from audience error to Josh having shaved. Oh well though, but you know what they say. To err is human, and to look 10 years older after shaving is incredibly unfortunate. That being said, audio-wise, I don't think we've ever heard Jonathan's producer on the Ujokes podcast, if at all, this long, so yeah, score 1 for team producer. Anyway, with that being said, that's almost it for this week's podcast. Before we do say goodbye, couple of final things. First, a reminder that the next Ujokes show is coming on Monday, April 26th at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. So, if you missed last night's show, submit your jokes to be Last Show's Best for the next Ujokes show. I wish you the best of luck with that. Make sure to also check out Ujokes' sister show, FMK Champs, hosted by College Humor's Carolyn Page. You can check out live episodes of that also on the Ujokes YouTube channel at 7 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And there's another show coming soon to the Ujokes YouTube channel called High Joke Score, where jokes could earn you cash? Color me intrigued. New episodes every Friday, beginning in May. Meantime, for more Ujokes fun, again, play along live on the Ujokes YouTube channel, plus check out the official Ujokes website as constructed by Ujokes fan Craig in the UK. Link to that in the description. And of course, last but not least, make sure you guys stay connected with me on Twitter, Instagram, at Postmaster Radio, plus Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Podchaser. The account links are all in the description. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, well, bye for now. See ya.